Fantasy author Jefferson Smith here. We'll get back to immersive writing tips and the quest for a new sidekick next time. But today I wanted to alert indie writers to a useful and totally free tool that's going to give your books a lot more shelf appeal. If you have any experience as an indie author, you already know how hard it is to attract attention to your book. You've racked your brain to come up with an awesome title and a catchy tagline, you've written 27 drafts of your blurb, and then you mortgaged your oldest child's university education to commission a snazzy professional cover. So you've got cover, tagline, blurb, and title all ready to go. But there's still one thing you don't have: any idea of whether or not they suck. Sure, you think they're great, and you've shown them to a few friends who have happily patted you on the back and said, "Good job!" But what really matters is whether readers will like them. For most of us, the only way to find that out is to go ahead and produce the book, upload it to Amazon, and then flog the crap out of it for a week or two while watching with wide-eyed panic to see whether or not readers are actually liking it enough to bother checking it out. But that's precisely the problem. Look at all the time and energy you have to put into packaging your book and then promoting it, and you still don't even know if that package is the right one. What we need is a way to test this stuff before we commit. A way to simulate the chaos of a bookstore shelf and see how fans of your genre will react when they see your book next to the ones by famous author with big teeth and celebrity fashion designer who's now dabbling in fiction too. Better yet, we need a way to do that multiple times, quickly and cheaply enough so that we can refine our pitch with each new iteration. Well, I got tired of wanting that kind of tool, so when a software designer friend approached me and asked if I had any ideas for an app to help authors, I told him about this. And now it's actually a thing. We call it PageFight. PageFight is a free web app where readers and authors can get together and have a little fun while helping each other out. It plays like a game, but behind the fun, there's some serious market testing going on. Authors can register for free, and after playing a few times as a reader, unlock the ability to submit book titles they're considering, or taglines, or blurbs, or even cover designs. Then you just sit back and let the readers be the judge, over and over again. When you sign in as a reader, which is also free, just pick a genre and start playing. PageFight will show you pairs of book titles or taglines in your chosen genre, and all you have to do is pick which one you'd be more likely to check out. Give that candidate a thumbs up, and then move on to the next pair. It's easy, it's fun, and it's totally addictive. So how does PageFight help? Well, behind the scenes, we're keeping track of how many times your ideas fight, and how many bouts they win. As the bouts continue to mount up, you can check in whenever you want and see how your ideas are competing in that brutal market. Here's a pair of covers I experimented with for one of my books. The one on the left has won 60% of its matchups. The one on the right has won 20%. Which cover do you think I went with on launch day? Now, you might think that this case would have been a pretty easy decision, and I'd agree with you. This was actually a proof of concept test I ran. But what about this pair? Which one of these do you think will appeal to more readers? I honestly thought the second one would. It's more colorful, it has a more specific, menacing villain. Should be a hands-down decision, right? But in PageFight, the simple, iconic green one significantly outperformed it. And then a quick 2-week test on Amazon backed that up. The green hero cover really does outsell the villain cover. Now, it's not reasonable to assume that you can come up with a title or a cover that will win 100% of its fights. There are way too many readers out there with way too many differing tastes for that to happen. But you can hope for better than 50-50. In practice, it seems that winning 60% of your fights or more is an excellent result, and covers or titles that score that high will probably actively pull in sales. Conversely, scoring less than 40% may actively hurt you. If you can score 60% or better, that means that when compared to another book the reader might be considering, they're going to pick yours up first 2 out of 3 times. And that can only be good for sales. PageFight also works as a discovery tool. Even if you've already published your book, there's nothing to stop you from registering it along with a link to its Amazon page. Then, If a reader is intrigued by your blurb or cover while they're playing, they can click the displayed link to jump directly to Amazon and check it out further. And who knows, even if your book is already published, you might learn that your sales would be even higher if you changed your blurb. With indie books, it's never too late to tweak the campaign. But we didn't build PageFight out of some namby-pamby instinct for altruism. We built it because we want to use it ourselves, and for it to be useful, we need lots of players. We now have about 500 authors and readers registered. Yes, you can be both. And the results are already helping some of us make those tough decisions. But we need to expand that user base, because the more people who use it, the more helpful the results will be, for all of us. So we're inviting everyone to come give PageFight a try. What have you got to lose? And if you know any other authors who are struggling to get traction, maybe send them a link so they can check it out too. Bottom line? Why keep guessing about what will work to sell your book? With PageFight, you can actually find out.